Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Logo Wednesday, the show where I critique the evolution of a logo, of a company, organization, or anything of that matter on a Wednesday. Sorry there wasn't one last Wednesday. This might be harder to do than I thought. I'm gonna try, but sorry about that. Today's logo we're going to look at is General Electric, which will be a pretty good one, I think. General Electric was founded by Thomas Edison, Charles A. Coffin, Elihu Thomson, and Edwin J. Houston. When the company started, I would assume it was pretty big, and today I would also have to assume it's pretty big as well. I could do a lot of research, but, well, I'll leave that up to you. What I won't leave up to you is the logos. So, let's get into those GE logos. That was... General Electric was founded in 1892. And they have the word electric in their name. And this is 1892. So, those two things don't mesh the greatest. Regardless, this is the logo that they decided to pick on first. I actually did want to do a little research. I wanted to find out whose signature this was. Who knows? It could be, maybe it was an already existing logo, or maybe it was based on something, I don't know. Who knows? But let's not judge that, let's just judge the logo as a whole. This is the original logo. It lasted from 1892 to 1900, 8 years. And 8 years well spent, I think. It's a pretty well-rounded logo. This one definitely is a timely sort of one. But it's very simple. Almost a little too simple. I think it's almost on the edge of that. No, that doesn't make any sense. The logo's good. It's pretty timeless. Are the kids nowadays looking for cursive font on their logos that whips around? No. Do they want it to be more windy than a road in Scotland? No. That's okay. You don't need to love a logo, it just needs to do its purpose. And this one does it pretty well. Is this PNG? Oh my, it's a PNG. This is a pretty good first logo. And regardless of where its origin is, it could be stolen, I don't know. We probably never will know. But as a logo, it's pretty good. I'm gonna have to give it... a 9. It's a very good first start. Then again, this is by Thomas Edison. He's kind of been around the block, but still good. You could recognize it. Maybe not as well now, but especially at the time, you definitely could. 1900 to 1909 is when this logo appeared. You're probably going to say, wow, that logo kinda sucks. And you'll maybe also say, hey, that looks kind of familiar. I think gradients are kind of cool, but this one is pretty dated. This one definitely does not stand the test of time. The shading, while cool, is kind of lame. It's very dated. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. The dingleberry. It doesn't look very nice nowadays. But of course we have programs and stuff, and this was, you know, inked or sketched, so can't expect the world from it. But of course, looking beyond the shading and all that, which obviously at the time would have been pretty cool, and I still think it's kind of cool, but definitely is not the way it's run now. Do I like how it's run now? Maybe not, but this one definitely doesn't work there, and it's a little rough, you know, around the edges. But if we look at it, it's pretty good. The shading kind of brings it down, but it's a very nicely designed logo. And yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of the one we have now. You got these cool little wave spirally sort of things. You got the font, which has kind of been a little simplified, very slightly simplified. You've just kind of erased some of it and kind of, well, that's about it. You just erased some of the little swirls and stuff. It's a circle, and fine. You know, sometimes a circle's kind of a little better than just no shape. That's kind of nice. It's pretty good. I think this one, obviously, is setting new grounds, but it's also lowering the bar a little bit. A little too much. This one, I'm going to give, I think, a 6. Again, looks pretty cool, but the shading, obviously, they were doing something less of a timeless sort of thing and more of just a cool thing, which is not bad. I think cool logos can be really nice and can look cool and sometimes can get a little bit timeless. But that's on the rarity. And this one doesn't necessarily cut it too much. Definitely looks like it could be on like a phonograph, though I don't think General Electric actually made phonographs. So, yeah. So this one ended in 1909. We're really, you know, we've gone through 2 logos, okay? It's getting close to 20 years. And the one that we get now is this one. I'm covering my head with it. This is a logo that they brought out in 1909. Or, you know, around that, obviously. And it's pretty good. It's a pretty nice logo. Actually, it's really nice. I don't know what I was talking about. I was just kind of talking out of my Lego box, if you know what I'm saying. In a way, sort of version of the one before it. They look similar. Don't get me wrong, but the shading has been just kind of zapped away, and we've been given this very nice, just black. That's all it is. And that's all it really needs to be. The font of the signature, whoever's signature that is white, and those little wave things, and the outline around is white with a little outline of black. Just a little one. It's timeless to the extreme. I would say this one is more timeless than the first one. It's such a great logo, and I think it's been talked about a lot that this one is a good logo. So, let's give it a 10. I don't see why we wouldn't. This one decided to stick around for a while. 60 years. 60 years too long? I wouldn't say that. Yeah, this is what they changed it to in 1969. Probably looks the same. It isn't the same though. There's differences. One thing I guess they thought was important was to bold it. I really like it when logos bold their font. Bolding's really good.
It's good to bold.
It is actually an improvement, which after seeing this one, okay, you know, I was thinking whether to take the one before it down to 9.5, but, and I'm looking at them side by side, and of course, the G is starting to kind of morph into this weird shape, sort of like if you look at a stop sign for too long, the word stop just looks weird. This is happening, but I think I like the thinner font a little more. Maybe the bold doesn't always work. This is one of those examples, I think. So I think sticking with the 10 for the first one, or sticking with the 10 for the 1909 to 1969 one, and then this one, we're gonna do a 9.5. I don't really think it's doing too much. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know, but I feel like the one before it is a little bit nicer. This one, it's literally, I'm looking at, it's literally just bolded. That's all it is, which isn't a bad fix. But is it necessary? I don't know. We got 9, 6, 10, 9.5. Wow, am I being too generous? Maybe. So this one lasted from 1969 to 1987. 1987 brought us this one. Very nice. So you might think, oh, well, this one's just the same.
Maybe they bolded it just a little more.
Well, no. At least I don't think so. They've done actually some interesting changes to this one. Some that I think for a lot of logos you'd be like, no, you changed it. Why? I kind of like these changes. Let me explain them. So first off, the spiral things that we had before, which didn't really seem to change too much, before now are almost like not spiraling at all. They're just kind of a worm. Before they kind of looked like a wave, but now they just kind of look like a worm. The the font is refined. It's refined to give off a more modern taste? That's not the right word. A more modern look. Because this is 1987. And by this point, our appliances and batteries, I don't know what General Electric really makes besides appliances, but they don't look like they did before. This old font could kind of work, but now we're kind of moving into something. And I know you think, oh, but you said this one was really timeless. It is, but now we got a better logo. Okay, now I'm in a predicament. Here's what I'm going to say. I think for the time, this one definitely works. And it still would work very much today. But it's not going to take this one down, but it is going to bring this one up. This one I think definitely deserves to also be a 10 because it's pretty good. It's a very nice change. And you just can't deny that. Oh no. 11 years later, they changed the logo. You might be thinking, what? But this is what it looks like already.
What could they change it to?
This. What's the difference? Let me quickly take a peek.
Okay, so apparently there is like a slight difference to the design. I couldn't see it because I was looking from far away.
Heck?
At the end of the day, it's a very subtle difference. Yeah.
It's the same. Okay, I don't think they're the same. Okay, okay, so I found out what the difference is. It is now no longer very, very slightly grainy black. Now it is full-on matte black. Whatever kind of black you would call this. I think it's a welcome change. I don't think anybody would have noticed, but I guess it's more so on their part rather than the people. The people don't care what slight variation of black the logo is. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anybody noticed. I'm surprised anybody noticed the difference between them. I had to drag them, because they're both transparent, they're both PNGs. I had to drag them over and I was like, oh, yeah, they're the same shape, but there is a slightly different black. So that's the difference that we got in 1998. And yeah, it's just slightly improving on the one before. Am I allowed to go over 10?
I'm not sure.
If I'm allowed to go over 10. Wait, I just noticed something. You see forget about the white, okay? Just think about the black. Doesn't that kind of look like a blade? For like a washing machine? Not a washing machine necessarily, obviously, but it kind of just, it looks like a blade. Not like a saw, I don't know what kind of blade it would be. Not a saw blade, but... Meow. What's the thing that... The circular blade that cuts planks of wood. Hey, what do you take me to the weather? It's just called a circular saw blade. Okay. Kind of looks like a circular saw blade. Which I don't know if that's the intention. It could have been. Definitely not in the past. It looks more like sort of a shuriken before. Or something from Naruto. Sharingan Adventure? I can't remember. But definitely once they changed it, yeah, it does look a lot like a blade. Don't know if that's the intention, but that's pretty cool. I'm gonna give this a 10 as well. I'll give it a 10 as well. The final logo we're gonna be looking at is 2004's logo. This. July 2004. The GE logo unveiled a color change to blue, coinciding with the debate of the Inspira font. Inspira? I really want to learn more about fonts. Let's see, let me just drag them over. Yeah, they are. I thought they were the same. So they are the same logo. Now it's blue. You might think that's dumb to do. I think it's probably one of the best things they could have done. Blue is a very I was gonna say natural. I'd say green or brown's more of a natural sort of thinking color. This one really makes you think of humility, sort of. Actually, I got a color psychology poster. Yeah, I got a messy room.
Deal with it, punk.
So right there is my psychology thing. There's blue. I've looked at it sometimes. It's pretty interesting. So blue, okay, they don't even have a logo for blue. Wait, that's not fair. Oh wait, no, they do. They do. A calming color that and can stir up images of authority, success, and security. Okay, that's not what I was thinking. I think that changing their color to this blue was probably one of the smartest things they could have done. Because obviously, the appliances and all that, they changed in the 80s. But now appliances are way different. This logo obviously is the only one that I've really grown up with. And it's pretty nostalgic. Even though they're still using it. And that's pretty interesting. It's just as a very nice and recognizable logo. And I know companies are not as nice as they try and portray themselves to be. But you can't deny it's a good logo. They've kept with it to an extent. And they've modified it in good ways. Or at least I would consider them good ways. I will give this an 11. I don't care. I don't care about my rating. You know what? Special logos will get special treatment. This one gets an 11. I think it's one of the smartest things you could do with a logo. There we go. Smart logo. General Electric. Give them some love. In conclusion, General Electric probably has the best logo progression you could have. They started off pretty good. They got a little weird, and then they slowly got better and better up until where they are today, which has just a great logo. I think the one before it's pretty good as well. Actually, they're using both of them. But I'm sure they're using the blue one a little more. Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. I think it's epic. Thank you all for watching this episode of Logo Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll try and be more consistent. General Electric is radical as heck. See you all next Wednesday. I'm flying out. Adults. General Electric was founded by... I can't do this. General Electric was founded by Thomas Edison, Charles A. Coffin, Elihu Thomson, and Edwin J. Houston. Oh my gosh, I think I got it.